The school bishops is very synonymous to activities. We aren't just an institute that focuses on academics. Instead, our aim is for an all-round development of all students and staff alike. Welcome back to another episode of Draft to Directive. Today we have with us teachers from across the school, the pre-primary section, junior section and senior section, to give you an insight into the world of bishops and the activities that are taking place in the months of August and September. Let's be honest, when you come to school, you will always find students running about, doing so much around, all thanks to the number of activities taking place. The months of August and September aren't any different. We've had the GK quizzes, we've had a number of debates, we've had the Independence Day celebration, Synchronia, the JC Fest, an MUN that's coming up in a couple of days, and of course, the pre-primary concert. With us here today are the teachers to give us an insight into all these events. So before we begin, I will request the teachers to kindly introduce themselves. Ma'am, we'll begin with you.
Yes. This is Sarah Angre. I'm the pre-primary coordinator.
I'm Ms. Pranita David and I'm a part of the junior school.
I'm Ms. Kristen Rodriguez and I'm a part of junior school.
I am Mrs. Divya Tyagi. I am a teacher at Three.
I'm Steffi Zachariah and I teach in the senior school.
I'm Monica Tiwari, teaches in senior school.
So teachers, welcome to this episode. I know we all are a little nervous, but I'm sure everyone's very excited to know what happens behind the scenes. So we'll begin with the pre-primary section because that's where the young ones begin school. So now you have one of the biggest events coming up for the pre-primary section, that is their concert. So can you tell us something about the concert, the theme, the kind of background, the kind of characters that are involved in your concert?
So, sir, I was always fascinated with the idea of time, and time travel is an abstract idea. So, again, how the past shapes us, how the present is fleeting, and how the future is full of possibilities. I wanted children to witness that through our play.
So I think time travel is not a concept that has been explored by anyone.
Yes, right.
So is this an ideation that came about with all the teachers, and have you all written your own script?
Yes, sir. We actually discussed.
It is an original script, sir. So we sat and we wrote the script on.
Okay, wow. So how many kids are a part of this concert?
We have 302 children.
302 children of the age group 3 to 5.
Yes.
Sir.
Okay, so now the senior teachers will tell us, that it's difficult to handle kids of 14 and 15. How is it, taking care of 300 kids of the age group 3 to 5 all at once?
So, sir, we are all divided into teams, and we, again, the biggest challenge here is for children to memorize their dialogues. This is the first time that upper KGs, they have learned a script and they're performing using mics. And
Usually, yes. Actually, we team up with class 1 and 2. So
Okay.
our main characters are from class 1 and 2. This is the first time
this is the first time, yes, sir.
teachers have trained.
The upper KG kids to learn up an entire script.
Absolutely, sir.
Wow. So then, also moving on to the next set, the junior MUN. Again, MUN is a concept that's absolutely new to grades 4, 5 and 6. So how did this entire idea come about of hosting an MUN for kids of that age group?
So actually this is the first time we are hosting it.
Okay.
And we are also very excited because it's been a very enriching experience, and we also have class 3. So
Okay.
the entire concept of the JMUN is to help our students to enhance their thinking ability, to critically think about global issues, to develop their research ability, and I think this is the age where they should start doing all this, and it's also helped them to hone their public speaking abilities where they speak like a diplomat. So it's been wonderful to watch them actually want to research, find out answers, negotiate and compromise. So I think this is very helpful. So this entire concept was based on helping our children develop all these skills.
Okay, so how many participants do we have in the MUN?
We've got around 162 children. a part
Okay,
of the
and
team.
all of them as diplomats representing different countries with different
Yes.
issues. So, when you deal with different countries and when you deal with different issues, what has been the biggest challenge that comes about conducting an event like this? Because most of our kids probably aren't aware of what's happening in different countries. So, what would be the biggest challenge? What barrier that you had to break when you had to come up with solutions to their questions?
Oh,
So we actually had to encourage them to widen their horizon a lot more, to try and do a little more research. And we also had to
And
help
training
them.
sessions.
Yeah, they had couple of training sessions because there were a lot of doubts, and not only our children but our parents also had, because it was the first time. So to help them understand the topic, to help them understand actually what happens and how they are to speak. So a lot of training sessions were conducted, and now I think they are well prepared to be able to be a part of it.
Okay. So now coming towards the senior section. This year at the Independence Day, we saw a completely different kind of a celebration take place. So what was the idea behind that celebration? If you could let everyone know.
If you see, this year we celebrated 79th year of independence, and from last many years we are acknowledging freedom fighters. Okay, and this year, if you know, in 2025 Operation Sindhu, then Indo-Pakistan, whatever the issues has happened in border. So this has made me to thought that okay, till 78th year we are celebrating, we are honoring the freedom fighters, but why not to honor and give gratitude and acknowledge the people who are standing at the borders?
Correct.
Because no doubt we got a freedom from freedom fighters, but who is actually maintaining the freedom? It's actually the soldiers, the brave soldiers, they are maintaining the freedom.
Absolutely.
So I thought 15th August is the best day to acknowledge and show gratitude towards their efforts, because every day one or the second soldier is sacrificing their life. So as a student, as a school, we need to inculcate a kind of a respect towards their efforts.
And I think that was a sentiment that was echoed during the Independence Day celebration also. Because with our chief guest also, being from the armed forces, I think he was quite moved with the entire program.
Correct.
So I think that was a great idea. And have you all started thinking for next year also as to know what next?
Till now we have not thought, because every year the other teachers organize,
Absolutely.
but always the different teacher, different mindset, different
Yeah.
thought process.
Yeah.
So this year we have continued with defense. Maybe the next year teacher brings some other thought, some
Yeah.
other idea.
I think it's definitely something that we'll all look forward to. And then finally the next set of events, I think debates are a big thing in school. And over the last couple of years, again the GK quizzes also have now been a part of it. So what makes these competitions different in our school compared to what might happen everywhere else?
When we talk about debates, the topics that are dealt with is more current. It requires the students to think beyond beyond AI and beyond a lot of out of the box. Yes, little out of the box thinking that they have to do, and the research that they come up with, based on that, they prepare their speeches. For the categories under 12 and under 14, they have some time to prepare, but for categories under 16 and 19, they have they have exactly an hour to prepare. And it's quite impressive to see them bring out their knowledge within that time frame out to the audience. And if we talk about GK has been a very interesting event that everyone looks forward to, especially the audience. Yes. No, even for junior school,
Yes,
for all
absolutely.
across both sets of schools, it's really interesting. We had very nice rounds this time, and we had the audience and the participants on their toes about the questions, and it was really interesting, which is something that everyone looks forward to in this.
So now that we've heard about the individual events that we've coming up with, or individual events that we're all dealing with, I'm sure there are certain common ground that everyone would agree with. Every parent wants their child to be on stage. Every parent wants that, their kid is in the limelight. So how do you go about actually shortlisting kids, deciding who gets what role? Like, how do you come about those kind of, how do you deal with that? Because it must be a lot of pressure, because then you get asked a lot of questions, why this and why that. So how do you deal with that, on a daily basis?
Yes,
The
sir.
entire selection process.
Yeah, so when we were selecting for children to dance, to take part in a group of, for dancing, so like we take them all, and then
Okay.
we have an audition where we put some nice songs where they relate to those songs and they just are free and they start dancing. You still see some not doing anything, so they will pick up from these
Okay.
sessions.
So that's the dance. And what about the actors and
Ma'am will tell
the
you
skits
about
and
that.
all of that?
So, sir, we give them a few dialogues to say,
Yeah.
and again on the memory, intonations, the voice modulations, we do selections based on that, sir.
Okay.
So, and again, coming from pre-primary, it was a major challenge for us. However, the kids, we as teachers, we had to be very creative to take that out from those children. But it was a joyful thing.
Yeah.
Is it a similar situation in the senior section also, or it's
There's-
the reverse?
It totally depends upon the event.
Yeah.
That's a one
Okay.
thing. Because if it is a concert, but obviously we have a more time for practice. But if it's a case of Independence Day, we have a less time for practice. So usually we try to pick up those students who are already good in maybe dancing, maybe singing, maybe
Okay.
good in speech and all. So the less time we have, so the less time we need to take practice and all.
So now for you, MUN is happening for the first time. So was there any kind of a you can call it, any introduction given to them, or was there an orientation given before the event so that kids would be made aware of what was going to happen and then getting in nominations from those names? Because since it's happening for the first time and those are age groups that have probably never heard about an MUN, so how difficult was it getting people to sign up for the event?
So we've had an orientation last month where it was an online orientation, so where the organizers spoke to the parents and told them everything about how it's supposed to be for the 2 days that we're going to have the MUN. So and then after a few weeks, then we had physical trainings. We had trainers come from the organization to train the kids. So the entire 2 entire days went with kids getting into the resource room, and we had each committee had their own training sessions. So when they had their physical training sessions, that was when the kids had their questions where they asked the trainer, and I think more or less everything got sorted in those 2 training sessions that we had. And then I think last week we also had a doubt clearing session, so whatever more questions if they had, they asked the trainers, and I think now we're pretty much sorted, so we're just looking forward to
Now you have 160 kids to deal with over the next 2 days. I mean, good luck with that, because it's going to be an absolutely new experience for everyone.
We've also dealt with the children coming and asking us multiple questions. Then we've been dealing with parents who are asking us questions any part of the day, night, ma'am, what about this, that. So yeah, we're just hoping for the best that things work out, and I'm sure it will.
And
be a
let's
success.
hope it should, because a lot of effort has gone into it. So I'm sure that it will come to fruition on the next 2 days. Now this is again for everyone. You're all teaching, okay? You have all specialized in certain subjects, but then you're also pulled in for various activities. So how important is it, for you to be an all-rounder, for you to be a learner also while conducting these events?
Now, see, till the time we are in classroom teaching, we are the one who is playing a main role. Okay? But when we come to organize these various events, there is no fixed role. Number of times the students take lead. Number of times when they give suggestion, we accept it. No, this is better than our suggestion. So when we organize event, whatever the differences are there, somehow it reduces between a teacher and student.
Okay.
And this is something which is beyond classroom teaching, because in classroom teaching we have a formal setup, we have to behave in certain way. But when we come on a ground, when we practice, then we try to know each other in actual way, that what exactly a student thinks, what exactly a teacher thinks. So this helps us to know each other better.
Absolutely, sir. And even I believe that every day, even as teachers, there's a new learning. and we as teachers should be open to learn more. So, be it singing or be it dancing, we're up for it.
Because see, Bishops is one of the only schools that has a proper full-fledged staff choir as well.
Yes.
And somewhere I think to be here, you need to be more than just someone in the classroom.
Absolutely.
So, does that actually help, break the monotony of a teacher's life? That a lot of kids think, that they just come teach and go. I mean, does that help you, break that perception, also the interaction with the children?
It helps in such a way that we as teachers are able to show our selves by organizing these events. When we're with our children, we show a little bit of ourselves, how we were when we were in school. So we bring a lot of it actually into these events, and it's really fun to see ourselves be in that version.
So, is there any fun moment, during your rehearsals or, while conducting that you would like to share with people? Certain behind the scenes things that no one knows because we only see the final product, the full formal event. But any fun instances, that has happened while preparation that you would like to share with everyone?
Our little ones are excited to see their teachers dance. Because in class they're only teaching and they're the teachers dancing along with them. So they're really happy to, be a part, they are the teacher and they are the same crowd.
So they're all dancing, so they're
Yes.
just having a great time. Yeah. So, see, again, we're looking at an age group where, you've trained more than 300 of them to exactly follow the beat, follow instructions. What's the patience level required?
So patience and creativity, because they need different ways for them to learn dance or dialogues, and eventually when they go on the stage, it's how are they feeling. So it's all together.
So you see, some of them are so confident.
Yes.
And they know what they have to do. So sometimes if we forget also, it says, no ma'am, I have to say this. So they are so thorough, like by the end of this.
Yeah. So that's really great. Okay, one takeaway from all your events, like what is your takeaway that the kids should do, or what should they take away after they've been a part of your events, or after people have witnessed the event? If each of you could just share one takeaway for everyone from each of your events.
So again, coming back to my topic, it's time travel. So at preschool, there's no better way to learn than to see. And we have plays, we have songs, we have activities around that topic. So that's the best way that they could learn about different eras, be it dinosaur, be it ice age, Stone Age, or robots. So we've shown different eras, and there was a learning in each and every era. So I think that is a takeaway for us.
They went back to Ice Age,
Yes.
Stone Age.
I'm looking forward to it now because it sounds, like it's a good journey to take,
Absolutely.
and definitely looking forward to it.
Thank you, sir.
So, if you look at debates and the general knowledge quiz events that we had, one thing that I believe that should be done is children should read more. A lot of children do not read, they're not well read, and that is obvious from the way that they answer the questions or from the way that they are dealing with the topic. So, children should take the initiative and the responsibility to read more.
Now, as per my theme, it's a theme which was conducted for a one day, but it's a something which needs to be inculcated in everybody's life, because freedom is the living responsibility, and as a student, as an adult, we need to live this responsibility. So it's not just a one day celebration, we need to carry forward throughout our life.
Teamwork is something that all our children learn in all the activities, but I think with our JMUN, the class 3 to 6 have definitely learned to come to a common ground of solution, to most importantly respect each other's opinions, because here they are actually taught to listen and then put their point forward very respectfully and to not demean someone else. So I think this was very important for them to learn at this age.
And something that can be done in classrooms
Yes.
also on a daily basis, where maybe in a small way we do maybe a small group discussion, and something that we can all probably inculcate in our classrooms.
And to listen, most important.
Yeah,
Wait and
absolutely.
listen.
Well, teachers, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your inputs and insights into your events. I'm sure we're looking forward to the 2 events that have yet to be conducted, and of course, I think the kids have already enjoyed the Independence Day and the quiz and debates that go on. Well, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, thank you so much for joining us today for this next episode of Draft to Directive. Until next time, take care.